Okay, and they're going on action.
You know, what drew me to the whole project was the idea that most of these people I've known for about 40 years, you know. And I think Charlie Durning and I have known each other about 44 years. The first play I ever saw on Broadway, Bob Loggia was in, and that was in 1956 or 57.
Girl from Indiana?
It's Ipanema, you putz.
We're all three vets of a war. In my case, it's Vietnam, and Charlie's case, it's World War II, and Bob's, it's Korea. And we end up in this is kind of a neat place, this place, because everybody seems to like each other. And it's a chance to, even though these guys probably would hate to go play shuffleboard, but they do love to be around each other, and because they really care about each other, they can say horrible things to each other and not mean it, you know.
The real joy of it is it's kind of a reunion, like Burt and Charlie and I go back. We've worked together I did Boom Boom Room on Broadway with Charlie, and I've been in films with Burt, and we're close friends. So we bring a lot of this feeling, this love for one another, really, to the film, and that's what it's all about. It's three old guys in a trailer park, you know.
When you have friends, and you have friends who really care for you, as these three do, you know that you're going to be around for a while.
The third picture I've done with Raquel, I did two with her, one in the 60s and one in the 70s. We do one every 20 years.
She's a kind of an older, sexy woman, and I think she kind of uses her feminine appeal to, you know, get what she wants from these guys and from the situation.
Maybe you don't want to. No, I think it's good. You have to be more. You just hear the voice a little bit.
So, John, let's pull this table out. You got a boss?
Well, she's an ex-showgirl, Vegas showgirl, who's probably known a few wise guys, and it's a fun character for her too, I think. But she's the vamp of the camp.
What about your dreams, Sam? Do I fit in anywhere?
Of course you do.
Oh, well, it was great because we had a really nice dinner party, and Burt was there, and Charles Durning, and Robert Loggia. And, you know, it was really just terrific to see him again. He looks great, and he's still as charming as ever and a wonderful guy. So she comes into this situation with these three retired guys, and she has a thing for Sam, who's the Burt Reynolds character. And they all sort of bump heads with another character, Nitti, who is part of the witness protection program.
You got like three lovable, adorable older gentlemen, and you have all these Italian guys that invade Arizona. So you got like two things happening. You got these crazy Italians all over the desert, and you got these old guys that are just wonderful and lovable, like grandpas. And you put the two together, and all hell breaks loose.
Come in! What the hell is this, a block party?
Hello, guys. I brought you a little something to nibble on.
Hello, everybody.
I mean, I have a very beautiful younger daughter, and I know that I'm never going to be, you know, a young girl again. But then I've also had all of those experiences, and I'm looking for new experiences. in a way, this is a kind of a very Raquel Welch part because, you know, it is more flamboyant and sexy and all of that. But I also do American Family, the series American Family, where I play a much more realistic character. When people think of indie films, I think they think of things that are more avant-garde, and I think this film is not in that genre. I think it's more of a typical screwball comedy kind of a thing. Of course, 1 Million Years BC made it possible for me to have a career, and then there was, you know, 100 Rifles was a very good movie for me, I thought. Then there was Three Musketeers, which was also really, really nice.
Deliverance was my deliverance out of television and bad movies. And then I did a lot of good movies. And then in the 70s, I had a tremendous run, and the 80s. I was very, very lucky. And then I sort of hit a down streak, and then Boogie Nights got a nomination, and it brought everything back.
All right.
All right, come on, let's go, let's go.
Yeah. Okay, keep quiet.
Nobody's talking but you.
Don't say nothing.
I haven't said anything yet.
All right.
You ready?
Son of a... You did that on purpose.
If you ever get rich, you can hire a Kyra to be your caddy.
Fat chance. You're up. Speaking of fat, you're up.
Let the sleeper do it.
Oh,
Come on.
this is my turn.
That's your turn.
Step aside, step aside.
Go ahead.
Let the swinger show his stuff.
Timing is everything in comedy. Everything. But I'm not sure that you can learn that. I think you're born with a sense of timing, and then, you know, if you could learn it by walking around behind Milton Berle, then a whole crowd of people would have done that. But you know, of course, it helps to do a lot of comedy.
Well, I think the timing has to be just right, and hopefully the rapport between all the other actors is, you know, really good, because there has to be a kind of rhythm. Well, I suppose that has to do with the timing, but there has to be a kind of a, you know, flow of the energy. So if you can have a good rapport with your fellow actors, I think it's very helpful.
If you try to be funny, it's not funny. But if you're real and the situation is funny, then it's funny with the audience. But you're not going for laughs. This is not stand-up comedy. This is a relationship in a trailer park, if you will.
Well, the comedy is what I do best, I think. You know, if you saw Best Little Whorehouse, To Be or Not to Be, you know, and you know, things like that. And Everybody Loves Raymond, and I like comedy, and it comes out of anger. It comes out of, you know, trying to get even, trying to get, you know, and. But I must confess, I like it all.
All I know is that a lot of people grew up with me in the movies. And I just did a picture in New Zealand with 3 young guys. And I never thought I would be treated like Jimmy Stewart, but they called me Mister, and I thought it was very nice, and there was a great deal of respect. And like I said, there should be an award. Forget about all the other awards. The award that means the most is the Survivor Award. You can survive in this business as long as I have. You should get some just for being alive.
I think there's also a big, huge obligation to those people who think of you a certain way to kind of live up to their expectation. And that, of course, especially for a woman, as she gets older, is kind of burden, you know, it's kind of difficult, you know. I mean, I'm always on a diet, I'm always exercising, I'm always, you know, conscious of the fact that I have to maintain myself in a certain way because I'm Raquel Welch and that's my reputation.
Then they'll make a film like with Jack Nicholson and Diane Keaton, and it makes a lot of money, but they think that's a fluke. Then they'll make Grumpy Old Men, that makes a lot of money, and they think that's a fluke. Good movies make money. And if they're funny and they make you feel good, they make money. It's like everybody says you can't make a Western. Well, Eastwood makes a Western. It works.
You have the largesse in this and the freedom in this of improvising, and that's right down our bailiwick, you know, so you're not stuck to the page and the cue and the this and the that and what did he do, and do the same thing take after take. We kind of fake each other out. It's almost like a ball game, you know. You don't that you're fast on your feet and you deal, and you know it's exciting.
I think it's fun, and you know, it's a feel-good picture, hopefully, and it's got a kind of a sense of silly. It's kind of like dirty old men, or ugly old men, or grumpy old men, or in this case, we're just old.